So Mercedes really weren't sandbagging, and now they find themselves in a major race against time in 2022. Mercedes are in unfamiliar territory this year. They're not fighting for wins at the moment. The first time since pre-turbo hybrid era they found themselves in that situation, and today we're going to look at the issues they're facing, their plan going forward, if they don't fix it, if they do fix it, and my opinion on their whole scenario and whether I think they will turn it around or not. So let's get into this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Just do it. And boom, let's talk F1 and let's talk Mercedes. So what are their issues? Well, they're a long way behind RedBull and Ferrari. RedBull and Ferrari are in a league of their own, and they are distant third best at best, because in Jeddah, the Alpine even look faster than the Mercedes. Now, the vast majority of their problems stem from the porpoising issue, a new issue for 2022. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's been brandished about very frequently this year. Mercedes seems to be hit hardest by it. YouTube Shorts a few videos back explaining it, so go and watch that if you don't know what it is or if you need a reminder. Anyway, it means they can't unleash the true potential of the car because they can't run the car low enough. And when you can't run a car low enough, this has catastrophic consequences on performance. They're really struggling and unstable through low and medium speed corners, although George Russell does say that the one strong point of the Mercedes is they're very good through high-speed corners. But because the car's running higher than it should be, it means the team is really struggling with tyre wear. Both drivers complained of this in the first two races, and that drag is now a massive issue, and this is compounded by the fact that the Mercedes engine appears to be the weakest. This was explicitly proved in Jeddah, with the bottom 6 cars on the grid being Mercedes powered, with George Russell being the only Mercedes powered car in the top 10 shootout. So it's clear to see the Mercedes engine is, for the first time in about 8 years, lagging behind. When they were so dominant up until 2021, they've now lagged behind, unfortunately, and it shows. But George Russell and Lewis Hamilton and the whole team agree that there is a monstrous car within the 2022 car. They just have to unleash it and solve the porpoising issue. Once they do that, they believe the car has a very high ceiling and there's high potential for success and speed within that car. So Mercedes fans, not all hope is lost. So what's the plan? Well, over the next 3 races we're going to see some major upgrades from Mercedes. We've got Australia, where they were going to bring a new floor, but that's not going to be ready, so they're going to bring the new rear wing instead, which should help with drag and other minor issues surrounding that, but that should really help the drag issue with a new rear wing in Australia. For Imola, we're going to see the new floor. Now, it was meant to come in Australia, obviously, but now we're going to see that in Imola, which should help with the porpoising issue, and they should be able to run the car much lower. And then in Spain, we're going to see the third element of the new upgrades, which is an evolved aero package around the side pods, front wing, a few barge boards. So it's evolved aero package in Spain, new rear wing for Australia, and a new floor for Imola. So it's a 3-stage update, and well, Mercedes' season kind of depends on this update. They believe it could find up to 1.5 seconds in pace. This is true, it more than closed the deficit to RedBull and Ferrari and put them right back into contention for race victories. Now the team have been working around the clock to get this 3-stage upgrade ready for these 3 next Grand Prix, because if they didn't, then like I said, it's a race against time. That's what the whole video is about. It's a race against time for Mercedes. The longer this issue goes on, the less chance they're going to have of fighting for the title at some point during this season. Now, before we carry on, I'm going to pause the video here. Drop your thoughts below. Will Mercedes salvage their season? Can these upgrades bring that 1.5 second advantage we're talking about and turn their season around and get themselves into the title fight? Drop your thoughts on how the rest of the season is going to go for Mercedes in the comments below. So if they fix it, if they fix their issues, well, they can fight for victories with RedBull and Ferrari, and we may see a 3-way title fight between the 3 teams, and well, it'll be Lewis Hamilton against Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, unless George Russell can pull off some magnificent performances and haul himself into the title fight. Who knows? But nevertheless, if they do overcome these issues and, well, bring out an amazing car in that Mercedes, it'll be a fantastic achievement, and it will prove Lewis Hamilton's words at the start of the season that they are the best team. It'll be an amazing achievement, like I said, and it will prove that Mercedes are the best team to overcome a 1.5 second deficit in the first 4 or 5 races. That's a pretty monumental achievement. But even if they do fix it, they will be playing catch up for, well, to the summer break, because there's going to be a hangover from this. They're going to fall more and more points behind in the next few races while these upgrades integrate. So yeah, it's a race against time, like I keep saying, and yeah, they're going to have to be playing catch up until they can catch up. And if they don't fix it, well, like I said, Lewis Hamilton's already 29 points behind in the title fight, and well, that's only going to get bigger as these races go on, and if they don't fix it, it's going to compound itself as the season goes on, because Leclerc and Verstappen and Red Bull and Ferrari are going to accelerate away. They're in a league of their own, and Mercedes are going to very quickly fall out of the title fight. Now, if these upgrades don't work, it's going to be a very painful year for Mercedes. Like Toto Wolff said, it's going to be an exercise in humility. It'll be the first time that Mercedes aren't in contention for the title since 2013. That's 9 years ago, which is pretty crazy to think about. And I imagine focus will soon switch to 2023 if they can't get their act together within the first half of the season. Now, even if they do, it's no use having the best car after the summer break because you're already 100 points behind in the title fight. So, like we saw in 2009 with McLaren, you know, they were struggling up until summer break. They came out of the summer break with the best car pretty much and scored the most points the second half of the season, but were well out of the title fight and it did nothing to improve their chances of being in that title fight. So, like I said, it's no use having the best car halfway through the season. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. That pretty much sums it up. That sums up Mercedes' issues, their plan, if they do fix it, if they don't fix it. We've run through both scenarios, and well, they've got to get themselves back in this title fight. If they do, it'll prove they're the best team. Now, I think these upgrades will help, but I still just believe that Ferrari and Red Bull just look stronger this year. I think they are well prepared for the title fight. They're not going to be playing catch up. I think they're going to be looking at each other. I'm not sure they're too worried about Mercedes for now. And if Mercedes do turn it around and fight for wins, then it's all to play for, but who knows what's going to happen. I think you'll fix it to an extent. I don't think you'll turn the car around completely, but I think they will become a little bit more competitive. But for now, Red Bull and Ferrari look a lot stronger. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps. And don't forget to drop your thoughts below on how the rest of the season is going to go for Mercedes. I'm Ollie Patas, and boom, let's talk F1.